On your feet! Get them going!
Oh, hello. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Cross Examinations Live. I'm your host, Mike S. Miller. I'm not a pastor, priest, rabbi, theologian, scholar. Why are you even here? I don't know, but you are. Welcome back, Tina and Dark Admiral. Let's see. Oh, people are rolling in. Some people are watching on X for some reason. Welcome to the channel. I'm just a guy on the internet who talks about all this theological stuff, even though I am not an expert at anything other than drawing comic books. And yes, I am an expert at drawing comic books. So if that is your preference, and you should probably watch my other channel. What is up? Amy's in the house. What? You know what my dilemma is? I know I put the atheist dilemma. My dilemma is that I love my opening, back in line. But every single episode gets copyright, not struck, but copyright. What do they call it? Where they're like, we own the copyright of your episode now because you have our music or whatever. Right? Copyright claimed. Every single video I do on this channel gets copyright claimed. And I don't know if that's I don't know what that's doing outside of the fact that I'm not getting my hours for this channel. I don't monetize the channel, but what if I want to? And I'm just not getting my stinking hours. Is it because I don't this part of YouTube I don't understand exactly. On cross examinations. Why? What's facepalm? That's so annoying. Should be look at it like free advertising for them. Yeah, doesn't this make everyone want to go watch Ben-Hur? If you want to monetize, then you'll have to change your intro. But I like my intro. Elijah made my intro. My oldest son made my intro. Like years and years. How many years ago? How long have I had this intro? And it doesn't count my hours for my streams. It's so strange. In fact, let me see if I can sign in here. I've never even signed into this channel. It's kind of funny, huh? You know why? Because they're always like, error, we need to verify that this is your account. And I'm like, why? Why do I have to verify? Why do you keep signing me out? Your password was changed 58 days ago. Wrong password. Wrong password. All right, forget it. I can't even sign back into my account. For some reason, it kept booting me from that account. I don't know why, because I used multiple accounts on this computer. I don't know nothing about nothing. The copyright claims doesn't make sense. You had this intro as long as your hair is. I've had long hair since I was 16 years old. Devil's Air says, hello, Mike. Just had my proof lesson of driving. Be starting the real driving lessons next month. Then theory and practical starts. Wow, you are young. I just took Isaac back out driving this weekend for the first time in. It's been so many months. It was like starting over. It's like he had completely forgotten how to, almost, not completely, almost completely forgotten. He's so out of practice. It's like, come on. I wonder if you reach out to the... Nah. Wait, your son made the account? That's transformative work, isn't it? He made the video. You're banking up treasures in heaven, Mike. Kind of like biblical Bitcoin. It just drives me bananas because, it's like the hours watched thing is the only thing this channel is missing. And I guarantee I've got the hours watched. They're just not being counted because I go to look at each individual episode and it's like hours watched, like 1.4. I'm like, it's an hour-long show. Even if I only have 10 people watching, I know at least 10 of you are here the whole time. That should be at least 10 hours. I'm whining. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. When my voice hits that octave, what's wrong? So, anyways, that's my dilemma. What, you may ask, is the atheist dilemma? The atheist dilemma. I just get sick of hearing it from these different atheists. We're saying atheism is not a claim. Atheism is not a claim. It's a denial of a claim. A denial of a claim. Here's your dilemma, atheist friends. The denial of a claim cannot leave a vacuum. If you claim there is no God, you must then claim that random meaningless chance, unintelligence, nothing, the void, the purposeless cacophony of background noise created intelligence, created life, created the laws of the universe, the laws which we did not create the laws of the universe. The laws by which the universe abides, physical reality, are discoverable, but they are true. How can meaningless, random, nothing, whatever vagary you want to call it, create laws and purpose and truth? It is not a claim to be, it is a claim against God, any intelligence, any creator, is a claim to the opposite. There is no vacuum of belief here. You either believe A or you believe not A. If you believe not A, then not A is a belief. I'm sorry for all you atheists out there. You cannot argue your way out of that dilemma. And you're just excusing yourself from having to argue it. It's not a belief. It absolutely is. Any branch of atheism. Not excluding true agnosticism. True agnosticism where you just simply say, well, I can't know God. I can't know. I guess agnosticism is just claiming ignorance. I mean, literally, agnosticism is the same word as ignorance, but without the negative connotation, I suppose. But it's the same word, from Latin to English, I think, something like that. But it has the same Gnostic, without knowledge, ignorance, right? Can we break down the etymology of ignorance? Let's do that. Break down the etymology of the word ignorance. Refers to lack of knowledge, Old French influence, Latin root. Oh, to not know. Ignorance derives from ignorantia, meaning want of knowledge. The Latin ignorare is a compound word. Ig, meaning not, norare, meaning to know. So not, meaning a, without, to know, knowledge. It's the same freaking word. Ignorance and agnostic. So if you're an agnostic, you're willfully ignorant. That is your choice to be willful. I think maybe that's the difference. Someone who's ignorant isn't necessarily making the choice to be ignorant. They're not making a claim to be ignorant. They are simply without knowledge. But someone who is agnostic is choosing not to believe you can have the knowledge without, it's also without knowledge. Is there a finer point on here? I have no idea. You're 24 and you're still not driving, Devil's Air? Come on, man. I don't know, but I know around 3 kind of Islamic dilemma. Well, my dilemma is, when atheists stop by here and argue with you, it feels like they are taking away our time to fellowship. And your time is limited. I know, I'm being selfish. Well, this isn't just fellowship. This is outreach. I'm here to reach people with the gospel, Tina. That's what I was going to say. That's what church is. But yeah, we can all fellowship in the Discord. Honestly, this is outreach. That's why I'm doing this on YouTube. And God in heart this promise made, the earth no more to curse, for mankind's sake, for man is ill, and waxes worse and worse. Pure blood always with the quotes. What's that from? I know, you're right. Okay. Well, gosh, I feel like people are missing. Who's missing? I didn't even post this in the Discord. Somebody want to post this in the Discord and hit everybody? At everyone. Actually, let me go back to maybe I'll do it. View on YouTube. Is anybody watching 1923? Or has watched? Share. Copper. The alert must go out on the Discord, so people can know. Oh, thank you, Tina. Ooh. Thank y'all. You can get to most places in the Netherlands from bike to train, and the longest ride from south to north is about 3 hours max. So what you're saying is you live in a city, or you live in a country that is about the size of San Diego and Los Angeles counties combined. That sounds like it. That sounds like it, Devil's Air. Your country is about the size of my county and Los Angeles put together. Because it takes about 3 hours to get from the bottom of San Diego to the top of LA. Yeah, the Netherlands is a small country. Look, I've been there. I know. Why is Mike becoming Snape? Snape is clean shaven. Thank you, Tina. Pure Blood says, all wisdom is from the Lord, and therefore sometimes these things are given to the simple, which is most studious with the most studios. Me read bad today. Cannot know. In your voice, numbnut. Oh. How does Severus Snape sound? It sounds like this, doesn't it? Isn't it? I'm trying to do. What's his name? What's the actor's name that did Snape? It takes about 8.5 hours to get from northern Florida to southern Florida, and that's just one state. Oh, try getting from San Diego to Wairika. That's hold on. Let me do that. Google Maps. Google Maps. Let's see how long it takes to get from north. Let's see. San Isidro to Wairika. Directions. San Isidro to Wairika by car is 13 hours. And that still leaves you... Okay, that's not even the border. Yeah, you probably still got 774 miles to Hilt. Let's try to Hilt, California. That's right on the border. Yep, 13 hours. And that's like no traffic. That is 800 miles, no traffic. How many countries can you drive through in Europe in 800 miles? Alan Rickman. That's correct. Alan Rickman. St. Augustine, the fool has said in his heart there is no God, does most evidently declare that there is not a more miserable condition of the earth than that of atheists. Oi, oi, Mike and his gorgeous wife stopping by to say hi. Hello, Risey. That's a terrible, that's not a good Risey accent. Sorry about that. Risey, stop simping. Yeah, Risey. Don't be such a simp for my wife. What's up, everybody? Risey, it's very nice for you to stop by. Tree Goblin. Hey, Mike and chat. What's up? Let's see what's going on here. What time is it? 18:25 in. But yeah, California is crazy long. 800 miles. Even compared to like the West Coast. The only thing that's bigger, I think, than California, like why is Texas? Because Texas is like from end to end in Texas, like from, is it what? No, there's no way it's wider. From El Paso to Port Arthur. Let's see. Is it El Paso's right on the border, right? Yeah, El Paso, Texas to, what did I say? Fort what? This is the widest. Oh, shoot. Dang it. Stop, you stupid. This is the widest possible track through Port Arthur, Texas. I don't think it's, it's 837. It's 37 miles wider than California is tall. Now, I guess you could get like start from different points, but dang. Yeah, so let's just say Texas is as wide as California is tall, and those are the two like longest treks through a singular state. It's so long, dude. It's so long. Ba, ba, ba. It is plain that we proceed not, nor are causes of ourselves, but we are necessarily to seek a cause elsewhere. Texas is huge. It's like jumping from one topic to the other. What's up, DJ? Hi, all. Focused, so probably won't be as active, but I'm here. Alrighty then. Yeah, we're just talking about geography for some reason. I've already laid out the atheist dilemma, and no atheist came in to argue with me because there's no arguing that point, really. So I guess it is what it is. In car from Maastricht to Groningen, it's a 3.5-hour drive. From Sluis to Delsvig, I feel like I'm in an IKEA. Is 4.5 hours. We go to IKEA and all the words. It's the Frühstücksschmagen. The Gulpenschmucken. Oh, yes, that's definitely the table set I want, is the Flaggenblumen. It's like, okay, then. Very inhospitable words to my tongue. All right. Yeah, okay, so sorry, I'm trying to scroll back. Alan Rickman. I'm trying to remember like a good Alan Rickman line so I can nail his voice. But this isn't really good outreach. Me thinking about Alan Rickman's voice. But now my brain is going to it. All right, I'm gonna stop. It's not important. Alan Rickman. No, that's not a good Alan Rickman. That's more of a Sean Connery. Every now and then, Alan Rickman needs a good slap. Maybe we should just go ahead and get to Job, since the atheists. My bait didn't work for the atheists to come in here and argue their sad dilemma. So let's just go to find King James Bible online and get Job. Shall we? Why does Mr. Potter and Mrs. Weasley keep bothering me? Don't know. We ate Swedish meatballs. All of it's all based on the similar language, right? Like, what is that on the Scandinavian? What is the Scandinavian like area language called? It's like we have romantic languages from Rome, so we have English, not English. Alan Rickman from Robin Hood. Alan Rickman. Germanic. Is it Germanic tongue? Is it the Germanic tongue? My Germanic always goes like this. So bad. I know, I'm terrible. What exactly is the dilemma? Oh, that a non-belief. They say that a non-belief is not a belief, but a non-belief cannot leave a vacuum. And so a non-belief in the causation of the universe without God requires that nonsensical, literally without sense, unintelligent, unguided, purposeless, meaningless, random, nothing created the laws, the purpose, the meaning, the beauty, the order of everything in the universe. And to claim that it's not a belief in that without a God it's nonsensical in and of itself, because you cannot leave a power vacuum in the creation of the universe. So to lay claim that there is not a God, even if you don't say you know who that God is, it's like, no, I just don't believe in that God. Well, you're saying you don't believe in any God. That is what atheism is. You don't believe in any God. Otherwise, you'd just be an agnostic. And if you're an agnostic, okay, you can claim ignorance. That's fine. But you cannot claim atheism without making the claim that the creation of the universe and all of its majesty and purpose and power and order and design, from the subatomic to the microscopic to the visible to the macro to the order of the very laws of physics and the order of I mean just the beauty and majesty of nebula and solar systems and space. It's just so much out there, and you're going to claim that all came from random meaningless chance, and that you don't have another option without God or something you can call God in the sense of a creator with an intelligent mind, intelligent design, or an intelligent designer, anything to that end. To claim not that is a claim of the other. You can't get around that. And I know you're not a atheist, so. Devil's Air says, without sense, you get nonsense, which creates rings of power and Snow White. Correct. Atheist is not believing the religious claims of their gods. No, atheist is without God, any God. You can say you're an agnostic, and I'm fine with that. And just say, I leave it open that there may be a God. I don't know. You can say that. But to say I'm an atheist, I believe there is no God. Not, I just don't believe in your particular rendition of God. That's not being an atheist. That's being a non-Christian. That's being, but you're claiming there is no God at all. That is a claim. And saying it's not a claim is not a claim. I mean, saying it's not a claim is nonsensical. So the argument is denial of a claim is inevitably a claim. So this is somehow a dilemma of atheism. Yeah, because they claim it's not a claim. Not all of them. I'm not going to say all of them do, but some of them do, and it's like they're trying to brush that part under the rug when they're making these arguments. But like, I'm not saying I don't have to prove all that stuff because I'm not making that claim. I'm just saying I don't believe in your God. Well, great. That means you're just not a Christian. That doesn't mean, but you're not saying you're not just not a Christian. You're saying you're not a believer that there is a God. The God is the claim, and you cannot have the antithetical to the claim without actually making the claim itself. Because the universe, whether you liked it or not, did start. It does exist. There are laws. There is design. And don't just the appearance of design. This is the great atheist irony. The appearance of design. Gee, I wonder why there appears to be design. So the God is the claim. No, you can deny the particular gods. You can deny every particular God and just be like, we don't know what God is, or if we should even call it God. But to claim that there is no God is a claim to the opposite. I'm not convinced is very different to I am positive of the denial of this fact. Well, I am not convinced sounds very much more like a gnosis or ignorance. I'm not convinced is agnosticism. But that's not the claim. Atheism is a claim to the opposite of. And I know you guys tap dance around this all the time, but it's poor design if it's designed. I don't think perfect beings would make such a bad creation. What's a poor design? What is a poor design? Mike, you can't tard wrangle people with logic. Don't, come on. They're not tards. They're just they're just in denial. They're stuck in a dilemma. Poor compared to what other universe you visited. I know. I don't understand the poor design. What do you claim is a poor design? I mean, look at a feather. Look at a leaf. Look at the little tiny robotic mechanism that replicates your DNA. 99 point blah 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 of it will kill the people it was designed for. No, it doesn't. If that was true, we'd pretty much all be dead. That's I know you're being hyperbolic, but that's a ridiculously hyperbolic statement. Asserting anything requires evidence to be fact. That works for both positive and negative claims. Far enough. Where do dinosaurs come from? How did they evolve? God created them. They did not evolve. Does microevolution transform into macroevolution? No. There's no species to species unless you change the meaning of the word species, which they actually did. The word species used to mean something that can breed with creatures that can breed. When you boil it down, that's what species used to mean. But they've changed the language to the point where, like, a Chihuahua is a species of dog, something like that. It sometimes gets that silly. I don't think that's actually true, but they'll call that like what a subspecies or some crap like that. But no, the word species in science used to mean what the word kind means in intelligent design and creationism now. Because when we say kind, like the Bible says, this kind of animal, it just means something that can breed within its kind. And that's what species used to mean, but they've really softened the borders on that word. But he says, well, this assumes the creation is about the creation or creatures and not the creator. The biblical account is that the creatures and the creation are about glorifying the attributes of their creator. Okay, I'm not sure what that is in response to. Not hyperbolic at all. You won't survive anywhere in space, for one. You can't even survive on most of Earth. Most of Earth is salt water full of killing machines. You're saying based on geography and the physical realm. Okay. We're I wouldn't concern all of space. Okay, I get your okay. All right. But we're not concerned with all of space, are we? We're concerned with Earth. And Earth wasn't designed to kill us. Earth was designed to be good. To be a perfect place where no one ever dies. And that's how it will be when it is recreated in the new heavens and the earth. But there's this thing called the curse. And bear with me, I get that you don't believe it. But you have to go, when you're arguing with somebody, you have to understand their paradigm. Like I'm understanding your paradigm here with the whole 99.999%. You have to understand the Christian paradigm, wherein we do believe that God did create the earth perfect, right? But that with the fall of man and the breaking of the perfection of creation, the very fact that something created went against the creator, it broke the perfection of the universe. And with that, we believe it brought in entropy and all that fun stuff that leads to ultimately the corruption and the downfall of everything. And corruption does beget corruption, and etc. and etc. And basically we live under a cursed version of the perfection that God created. So that's the paradigm. It was not created to kill us. It was created to bless us. Devil's Error. The dictionary is owned by the left nowadays. Language changes every year. It's not a constant like 5 to 10 years ago. No, every freaking year dictionary changes. It's so stupid. I know. I still have a dictionary here from the 80s somewhere. It might be on my other bookshelf. But yeah, I have a dictionary from the 80s that I've had my whole life. Not my whole life. Since I was a teenager or in school. We were meant to live in harmony with the earth. Right. Building something that is much useless space is not a good design. Oh, that's an opinion, Corpse Grinder. Isn't it? Is this really your argument? That you can have a vast, beautiful, amazing universe and it's not a good design? Because it's useless? I don't know. What'll it be in the new heavens and new earth? Do you know? I don't know. It was a very small view of the intention of creation itself. Yeah, seriously. But alas, most men nowadays are so infected with the itch of contradiction that they many times start and maintain new opinions only to gratify their wrangling and disputing humor. Pure Blood is the quote machine. First time I ever heard our solar system is wasted space. LOL. It only supports the function of the Earth. But he says the creation itself is meant to project to the creatures within it that there is a creator that is glorified in the displaying of his attributes. Yeah, and one of those things is the universe itself displaying his attributes of how immense and powerful he is. It's wasted space that there's a universe outside of our solar system. Why didn't God just make the sun small enough to only keep us in a fishbowl? It is kind of a silly argument. I like Corpse Grinder, but that is a pretty silly argument. You're going to completely ignore all of the undeniable design of everything we know on Earth from the subatomic, literally from the subatomic, all the way up the chain of microscopic to the visible to the invisible. All of that you're going to ignore and trump it with, but there's space and we can't live there. Really? I mean, seriously? Is this your argument? I think you found yourself your own dilemma. Why? Yeah, finite cannot understand the infinite. I know. Very. Why Elon and stuff going into space while we don't even know 5% of the ocean yet? More stuff hidden in the earth and the ocean than we need to know about space. First, let's finish this game. Oh, did you see some Japanese fishing, not fishing, but some Japanese deep underwater camera thing they had set up to like watch stuff? They caught what they think is a megalodon on film. Is a 20-foot long black shark. $20 feet long. And I think they're saying it was like at least 20 feet. But and it was black. So it wasn't a great white. It was great black. Down at the bottom of the ocean. Pretty freaking dope. No, DM me or can someone post a link in here? 20-foot would be a baby megalodon, maybe. But I mean, what's the largest great white? Let's see. What is the largest great white on record? What is the largest great white on record? Oh, it was 20 feet. Estimated to be 20 feet. So that's the largest great white, but this was not a great white. This shark was black and looked different. But yeah, that would be I guess that would be a small megalodon. Or just, it's a great black. Thanks for the nightmares, Mike. Many choose rather to question the truth of moral dictates than want to opportunity of thwarting and contradicting the sentiments of others, though never so clear and incontestable. Johnny Torch, it honestly takes more faith to believe that something can make than come from nothing than to believe a creator created with intelligent design. It really does. That's absolutely true. It really is. Look, again, if you want to claim agnosticism, I'm with you. I was raised agnostic, and I was raised because my dad was also agnostic, and he made it very clear. I said, why aren't we just atheists? Why don't we just say there's no God? He's like, because we don't have all knowledge, right? To make the claim that there is no God, you'd have to know that there is no God. You'd have to know everything about everything in the universe to know that there's no God. God could have created the universe and it's just hiding behind Jupiter waiting for it all to blow up. You don't know. You can just be happy not knowing, but in being happy not knowing, you're not saying there is no God. You're saying you don't know. And that's agnosticism. If I can even just move you people from claiming atheism to agnosticism, I'm fine with it, because at least that's logically sound, right? Because then you say, I don't know how the universe began, but if you're saying the universe began without an intelligent creator, you are stuck with random meaningless chat. Why does my focus keep changing on my stupid thing? Oh, that's Microsoft. My focus. Here we go. Image adjustments. Focus. No, my autofocus isn't on either. I don't know what's going on. Can't think of a religion offhand that says humanity came from nothing. Atheism. That's the religion that claims humanity came from nothing. No one thinks things came from nothing except for the religious people. You don't have another if you are an atheist, if you reject that there is a God, and that's what atheism is, let's not freaking pussyfoot around it. That's what it is. And if that's what you believe, you literally believe everything, including people and all the design of the universe, came from nothing. There's no other option. You just break it all down. You can use all the gobbledygook words you want to. That's how it breaks down. There's no other option. I can at least respect the agnostic, but an atheist would in fact need to be God to claim enough knowledge to know for a fact there is no God. Matter, energy is eternal, always has been. That is a statement of belief. You know how you know that's a belief? Because you're only a couple decades old, and the beginning of the universe far exceeds your grasp. So that is a statement of belief. That is your faith, corpse grinder. Another statement of faith. There was never nothing. Faith. Even neo-Darwinian evolutionists assist biological life experienced abiogenesis. Yeah, you can't get away from abiogenesis if you're from life from non-life. Something from nothing. Laws of thermodynamics say otherwise. Oh, you believe in laws? Don't laws require a lawgiver? Laws can't just exist ex nihilo. But why would there be laws in a meaningless universe? Unless you were there from the beginning, you don't know that. No, he's making a statement of faith, but he refuses to acknowledge that he's making a statement of faith because he doesn't want to believe that he needs faith to maintain his worldview. But he completely does. Not that kind of law. You are conflating words. No, if the universe abides discoverable laws, those discoverable laws, they have to have meaning. Laws require meaning, right? And I don't mean the laws of man. I mean the laws of the universe. But the laws of thermodynamics could not exist prior to the singularity model, only afterwards. After the Big Bang, when did the bodies decide to rest and contradict their own motions, counter to the directions of the Big Bang? And it's all sort of nonsensical. Devil's Air, Mike, what do I need to search for to get that shark video? Oh, I don't know. It's 46 minutes in. I should probably get to the Bible. I'll see if I can find it if we have time after. Look up like Japanese, I guess Megalodon, ocean, scientific discovery, something like that. I don't know. You are doing it wrong. Your faith is stronger than mine, Corpse Grinder. All right. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, can a man be profitable unto God as he that is wise may be profitable unto himself? Is it any pleasure to the Almighty that thou art righteous, or is it gain to him that thou makest thy ways perfect? Will he reprove thee for fear of thee? Will he enter thee into judgment? I feel like we read this last time. What? Did we not do 2021 last time? Am I doubling 20? We did this. This was last time. All right, so we're in 24. We did 22, 23. Whoops. My bad. I'm gonna have to change the title of this stream. All right, I'll get back to that after Job. Why seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty? So I think this is still Job speaking. Do they not? Let me see. Then Job answered and said, oh, shoot, what time does Jojo get off today? Oh, it's all right. I don't have much time left. Then Job answered and said, all right, so this is still Job. Why seeing times are not hidden? I know from the Almighty. Do they? Oh, yeah, what time is it? Do they that know him not see his days? Some remove the landmarks. They violently take away flocks and feed thereof. They drive away the ass of the fatherless. They take the widow's ox for a pledge. They turn the needy out of the way. The poor of the earth hide themselves together. Behold, as wild asses in the desert, they go forth to their work, rising betimes for a prey. Rising betimes for a prey. The wilderness yieldeth food for them and for their children. They reap every one his corn in the field, and they gather the vintage of the wicked. They cause the naked to lodge without clothing, that they have no covering in the cold. They are wet with the showers of the mountains and embrace the rock for want of shelter. They pluck the fatherless from the breast and take a pledge of the poor. They cause him to go naked without clothing, and they take away the sheaf from the hungry, which make oil within their walls and treat their wine presses and suffer thirst. Yet men groan from out of the city, and the soul of the wounded crieth out. Yet God layeth not folly to them. They are of those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof. The murderer, rising with the light, killeth the poor and needy, and in the night is as a thief. The eye also of the adulterer waiteth for the twilight, saying, no eye shall see me, and disguiseth his face. In the dark they dig through houses which they had marked for themselves. In the daytime they know not the light. For the morning is to them even as the shadow of death. If one know them, they are in the terrors of the shadow of death. He is swift as the waters, their portion is cursed in the earth. He beholdeth not the way of the vineyards. Drought and heat consume the snow waters. So doth the grave those which have sinned. The womb shall forget him. The worm shall feed sweetly on him. He shall be no more remembered, and wickedness shall be broken as a tree. He evil entreateth the barren that beareth not, and doth not good to the widow. He draweth also the mighty with his power. He riseth up, and no man is sure of life. Though it be given to him to be in safety, wherein he resteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways. They are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all other, and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn. And if it be not so now, who will make me a liar, and make my speech nothing worth? What's next? I should have added that to yesterday. He's talking about those who don't respect God. It seems so much. Yeah, gosh darn, I don't really have the time to go into more today. Yeah, I wish I had read that all together with yesterday's. It would have been more cohesive. B movie was a mistake. I'm sort of an atheist myself. I'm sort of a theist myself. So, do you know the story of Prometheus? Prometheus. That's Icarus I'm thinking about. Prometheus got fire from the gods, right? Another chapter down. Progress is being made. I know. It's not. There's not like. It's just like this pleading and these trains of thought. So it's not like. What do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Prometheus was a god who betrayed the Titan god to help the Olympian god, who ended up stealing the power of fire from them and gave control of it to mortals. Stole fire and gave it to humans. Gotcha. Yeah, I gotta refresh my Greek mythology. Suffered for giving us knowledge. In essence, he gave us technology. He gave us power. It's a long story. Prometheus, he is best known for defying the Olympian gods by taking fire from them and giving it to humanity in the form of technology, knowledge, and more generally, civilization. Is there a point to the Prometheus question? That's why bookmarkers were invented. Laws are constant observations that we describe, not some guy making rules outside of space-time. How do you know? How do you know that a random, meaningless explosion of matter would form laws that random explosion of matter would abide? Why is that? The fact that there are laws to physics means there is order. random meaningless chance does not create order. So the very foundation of your argument is that there is something that created order that your random meaningless explosion could somehow coalesce within. You can't get outside of the necessity of an intelligent mind. Trade review. What is up? He was chained down and his liver was eaten by an eagle every day. Well, that's fine because the liver grows back, right? The liver is like the one organ in the body that can you can cut half of it out and it'll just grow back. Well, that eagle picked the right organ. But you're locked into the same dilemma any way the Christian is. Those things are only knowable through observation after the universe has already begun. In modern sense, says B-movie was a mistake, Prometheus is an atheist who betrayed the atheist to help the theist, only to end up betraying the theist too for the sake of humanity. What? In the modern sense, Prometheus is an atheist who betrayed the atheist to help the theist, only to end up betraying the theist too for the sake of humanity. Sorry, I'm not wrapping my head around that. You can't create order from chaos. Exactly. Order must be ordered. Random, meaningless explosion. What exploded? That's what you have to answer. The singularity, So most atheists believe in the Big Bang, the singularity, that somehow all of time and matter and space and energy was coalesced into something that, I could touch. I couldn't even touch with the tip of my X-Acto knife. What? You guys will believe the most ridiculous of arguments in order to just, rather than say I'm agnostic and I don't know, say I'm atheist, there can't be a God. To make that inch of movement in theology, say from no, there's no God and there can't be a God, everything has to be materialist, to I don't know, just because of that inch in theological denial, you will believe the dumbest freaking crap ever conceived by the mind of man. Just say you don't know. Is it so hard to say you don't know? I'm agnostic. I'm agnostic about it. No, you have to be an atheist, don't you? I don't get it. Chilling, living the life. Right on. Any immaterial laws reflecting the nature of existence in a materialistic universe can't in any way prove those laws existed prior to the universe. The Big Bang was an expansion, not an explosion. I don't know what to do with you. Don't know what to do with you. So we just got insanely lucky that the singularity created an intelligible cosmos. Do cookie dough explode in the oven or expand into cookies? The cookie dough does not expand. The air inside the cookie dough expands. The cookie dough itself does not expand. And again, that's the same point. All of the matter in the universe, the matter, the energy, the all, the time and the space, it was all in something smaller than the head of a pin. And you have to believe that this this expansion gave way to the entirety of the universe. The 18, you want to say it, 18 billion light years across of space, matter, and time and energy was all compressed to the head of the pin. Okay, dude. So Prometheus defies the dichotomy between God and demons, theist and atheist, right and left. The purpose of Prometheus is not to, I keep saying Prometheus is not to become theist, but also not to identify with atheist. I feel like I need to think more about that, B-movie. It's a strange anachronism about Prometheus. Yeah, that's what I feel like I need to think about that for a while. Isn't an explosion a form of expansion? Since energy and matter were moving faster than the speed of light, then I'd consider that expansion an explosion. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. The point is to foster science and social development based on the purpose that we as a culture define for ourselves. Foster science and social development based on the purpose of fair enough. Something from nothing and Big Bang explosions just prove y'all haven't investigated past a headline. Okay, but it's all faith, bro. Regardless how you want to lay that down, you just believe in it because you have faith in it. Don't tell me you don't. You believe. You don't know. You are a Gnostic about this. You are ignorance about this. You don't know. You cannot know. No one can know. It is faith. And your faith requires that everything came from nothing and became design, beauty, laws of physics, the laws of the universe. It's faith. Why are you so bound and determined to hold on to the atheist view rather than just say, I'm agnostic about it? Why? What is that? Because that's not faith. That's a determinate argument. You don't want. That's a desire. You don't want there to be a God. Otherwise, you would just say you're agnostic. Without the desire to claim there's no God, knowing that you're ignorant about it, there's literally no rational, logical reason to claim there is no God. The rational, logical argument is agnosticism. Then people who say, I'm an agnostic atheist, it's like, why? What's your reason? Because you have a reason. You have a motive. That's not logic and reason. The claim would have to be that those laws of thermodynamic expansion are eternal prior to time and the universe itself. So the question is how, why, and how. And it's also based on faith. I'm not living in a cookie dough universe. Someone's brain is cookie dough, unless you're insistent. You don't have to believe it. You have proven that. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about now. I'm gonna have to freaking wrap this up because I'm well over time. But it's just getting cooked up. I haven't seen any evidence that convinced me otherwise. Have you seen evidence that convinced you that the universe came about through random, meaningless chance, that life can come from non-life? Have you seen this evidence? Have you? I'll answer that for you. No, you have not. But still, you're taking the there is no God position. That is emotional. That is not logical. The logical position is agnosticism, if you're just not convinced, because you cannot be convinced to abiogenesis. You simply cannot unless you're freaking willfully. Well, that's ignorance. So again, this is the dilemma for the atheist. It's like, oh, I'm not convinced by your claim. Are you convinced by your claim? Oh, I'm not making a claim. Yes, you are. By saying there's no God, you have no other recourse. Yeah, God claims are bad and untestable, so I don't believe you. So, okay, go make life out of non-life. Oh, and by the way, make matter. Make matter out of nothing first. Then, from that matter, oh yeah, also make energy. Make energy, make matter, because you're smarter than random, meaningless nothing, right? You have to be. You've got a brain. You are far more intelligent than random, meaningless nothing. Therefore, you should, with your brain, be able to create matter, create energy, create chemistry, combine them, and then create life. You go ahead and do that, Corpse Grinder, and prove that there was no intelligence needed, because you're way smarter than the non-intelligence that did it, right? Right? You keep saying nothing, and I keep telling you there was never a nothing. You weren't there. That is faith. How are you not getting this? You simply believe that because you don't want to believe the other. Yeah, thermodynamic laws before singularity are bad and untestable, so I don't believe. All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I got to wrap it up because I am well over, and I do have to go pick up my son soon. So God bless us, everyone, and we'll see you all in the next exciting. By the way, if you do want to continue this conversation in the Discord, feel free to drop the Discord link, ladies and gentlemen. And then we'll see you all on the next exciting episode of Cross-Examination.
Back in line, you dog! On your feet! Get them going!